It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. More record heat in the forecast across the south, southeast, and northwestern portions of the nation. The heat continues through at least today, but will likely linger for the remainder of the week. Severe thunderstorms and heavy rainfall are expected across portions of the Ohio and Tennessee Valley regions, into the mid-Atlantic, and as far south as Georgia. Monsoonal showers increase across the Four Corners area. Closer to home, isolated mountain storms with just a slight chance of storms over the lowlands. Temperatures warming again. There's a better chance for more widespread showers and storms this weekend. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. It's time, once again, for another edition of As the Stomach Churns, starring Matt Creselius. Oh, Matt.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Tracy Perry is the latest voice to pop up on Facebook to speak out against Matt Creselius. On Facebook, she makes a call to action to have Matt removed from the Democratic Party of Otero County for harassing and bullying fellow Democrat women, referring to the actions of Creselius as not acceptable, and calls on party leadership to do the right thing. She went on to reference a long paper trail of complaints.
It was far more important to the chair to have this person making everybody's lives miserable that did not agree with him 100% her priority instead of other people that wanted to help build the party. I just skedaddled. I've just been doing my own thing.
Creselius has been accused of inappropriately touching a woman's thigh, cornering a woman while he berated her, and calling the police on people for whom he doesn't like. One look at his Facebook page, and it does become clear, if nothing else, he is a bully. Yesterday, Democrat Stephanie Du Bois spoke with KALH.
I called the governor's office this morning, and I said something has to be done with him.
So elected officials are being notified. Ashley Myers commented on the quality of food served to patients admitted to the hospital versus those who are simply waiting in the ER. Just a comment and a photograph. She was hospitalized after already being a cancer patient.
It progressed to her lungs. She just finished chemotherapy like a week ago and then caught COVID. So she was in the ER for 3 days, waiting on a room to be admitted because our hospital, is doing real great right now. While she has been going through this, she has had this constantly with her on Facebook and in posts and stuff. Like, even on the post, she's talking about the food she's getting now that she's admitted. Now, remember, she sat in the ER for 3 days and got fed. She's like, there's a huge difference between being in the ER and being up here. Now, she's not saying that people that are in the ER and going to be going home are supposed to get anything. Like, she's talking about when they know they're going to admit you and they know that you're not only fighting cancer, getting over chemotherapy, and fighting COVID, maybe you should, have some better food. And this is what the son of a bitch writes.
Quote, it's almost like you're comparing two completely different situations in an attempt to paint a false narrative here. I wonder why, close quote. So it's no longer just attacking people for having political beliefs. Evidently, people are not allowed to have any opinions at all. But wait, there's more.
Been bad-mouthing Alexis, who was the secretary for the longest time, who is like the person with the most integrity that I know. After months of me minding my business from the that happened with me, he has started all of a sudden attacking me again out of nowhere. And leadership in the county and the state have done nothing about it. Nothing.
Here's the problem. Matt Creselius is evidently as untouchable as Elliot Ness. I'm being told he suffers from PTSD. But even so, PTSD is not a get-out-of-jail-free card to be cruel to others under any circumstances. I have personally contacted the Democrat Party New Mexico Executive Director Sean Ward. He attends meetings locally these days, but so far no action has been taken. Does that mean he's doing nothing? Well, not necessarily, but I hope something does happen. Creselius reposted a comment he made in February, quote, I'm not leaving DPOC and there's nothing you can do to force that to happen, close quote. That's fine, Matt. As long as you keep doing as you do, the Republicans are going to be grateful. They will maintain control of the county. Unless that's your goal. Creselius was the Democratic Party of Otero County treasurer and removed from that role. Sources say there's an ongoing internal investigation due to money that was used to pay rent and other expenses, which was allegedly dedicated to a scholarship fund. A new treasurer was appointed, but Matt Creselius remains on the Central Committee and the Candidate Screening Committee as a chairperson. As a result of Tracy posting this, she has been blocked from posting any further on the Democratic Party of Otero County Facebook page. How's that for being inclusive and transparent? Sounds more like censorship. You can hear the video in its entirety on Tracy Perry's Facebook page. The comments toward Ashley is on the Ashley Meyer Facebook page. And I'm calling out to all Democratic Party of Otero County members who are tired of this maniac. If you don't speak publicly, the public will not know what's going on. More information is on AlamogordoTownNews.com. Just moments before a horse race at Redoso Downs Racetrack and Casino, police video details why a jockey is now facing charges. An unidentified racetrack official reported that they saw an electrical device being exchanged, and having that device is a felony. Jockey Hector Aldrete Biscara tried to talk his way out of it with the arresting officer.
For cheating on using that electric device.
They're only going to use it.
Yeah, they caught you before you had it.
Yeah, pero I'm not going.
Simply possessing it is illegal.
Redoso Downs Chief Deputy Robert Knight spoke with KRQE.
If you were to slap the horses behind with those two probes, the metal plungers, and they actually, if they depress at the same time, it delivers an electric shock.
According to the criminal complaint, investigators found the device before the 10th race, accusing horse owner Manuel Flores of passing it to the jockey. Carrying that kind of electric prod is a violation of the New Mexico Horse Racing Act and is felonious.
You come to Ruidoso and you violate the law, we're going to do everything within our power to ensure that you're held responsible.
Downs General Manager Ethan Linder. Aldrete Biscara was released on a $2,500 bond. He's scheduled to appear in court on Monday. A warrant has also been issued for Flores, the owner of the horse. Former President Donald Trump and 18 others were criminally charged in Georgia yesterday in connection with efforts to overturn the 2020 election in the state of Georgia. That's according to an indictment made public last night. We spoke with J.P. Barella, chairman for the Republican Party of Otero County.
I haven't actually looked into it, but if it's like they usually are doing, I think they're just giving him lots and lots of charges so they can get something to stick.
In total, there's 41 counts against the former president and his associates. Those include forgery, racketeering, false statements, impersonating public officers, soliciting public officers to violate oaths, and more. It's time now for Introspection with Pastor Johnny Walker.
Hey, this is Johnny Walker with our weekly introspection. A little positivity for our hectic lives. A little sunshine to put in your pockets. Embrace your scars. I can recall falling down a lot as a kid. And as an adult, I remember making choices that resulted in painful experiences. People say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Obviously, that person has never met me. Words hurt, and so do sticks and stones. They cause wounds, and wounds become scars. Scars are not just physical reminders of past events, but also symbols of your strength and resilience. Whether it's that scar from a childhood accident or the emotional scars left by a challenging relationship, each mark tells a story that is uniquely yours. Life has a way of throwing unexpected curveballs at us, and sometimes these experiences leave us with scars, both visible and invisible. But here's the thing, you survived. You made it. You made it through those tough times, and now you carry these scars as a testament to your ability to overcome adversity. It's important to remember that our past does not define us. Your scars might serve as a reminder of what you've been through, but they don't determine your worth or dictate your future. You are so much more than the events that left their mark on you. Instead of dwelling on the negative aspects of these scars, let's shift our focus to the incredible strength and resilience they represent. Each time you catch a glimpse of that scar, remember the battle you fought and conquered. You've proven to yourself and the world that you can survive anything that comes your way. So, my dear friend, I encourage you to embrace your scars. Embrace the uniqueness they bring to your story. They are a symbol of your journey, a testament to your courage, and a reminder that you are stronger than you think. As we move forward, let's look ahead to our best days. Remember that you've already weathered the worst, and now it's time to embrace the future with open arms. Let your scars be a constant reminder that you are capable of overcoming anything life throws at you. Stay stay strong, stay resilient, and never underestimate the power within you. I'm Pastor Johnny Walker, inviting you to join us at New Covenant Worship Center, 10:30 a.m. each Sunday at 3001 Thunder Road in Alamogordo for our services. Or we'll visit again next Tuesday right here on Crazy Radio.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Maya Hill has been accused of luring Aggie basketball player Mike Peake to the UNM campus before a shooting. Video shows Peake getting jumped by 3 other men shortly after he arrived on campus. Yesterday, Hill took a plea deal in 2 charges in the case. Peake, who thought he was meeting up with Hill, was also armed with a gun. He shot back at his attackers. He shot and killed UNM student Brandon Travis. The 2 others who attacked Peake ran off from the scene. Hill was a 17-year-old UNM student at the time. She was not shown in court because she entered a plea in juvenile court.
Do you agree that when you communicated with Mr. Peake and asked him to come to the university to meet you, you knew that some other boys intended to fight him?
Yes.
And you knew that one of those boys had discussed using a baseball bat. Is that right?
Yes.
Hill pled guilty to aggravated battery and conspiracy charges. Hill is now the second of 3 suspects to take a plea deal in this case. A third suspect, Elisha Upshaw, is slated to go to trial next year on aggravated battery and other charges. An Albuquerque man was arrested Sunday accused of kidnapping his ex-girlfriend outside of the Buffalo Thunder Resort Casino in Pewaukee. Jose Jaime Zapata Correas, age 28, has been charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault against a household member with intent to commit a violent felony, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon against a household member, and battery. Deputies learned that the victim and 2 others were leaving the casino around 2:30 a.m. when they were approached by Zapata Correas. Witnesses say Zapata Correas pulled a gun and forced the victim against her will into a gray Ford Mustang and left the area. Investigators learned the victim was driven to a home in Albuquerque. Zapata Correas was found asleep in the vehicle and was taken into custody. Despite New Mexico earning record-breaking revenue from oil and gas, the state's Environment Department says they are closing a field office because it doesn't have enough money. A press release reads, "The closure of the Deming field office was necessitated by operating budget constraints." The department says the Deming office had charge over the regulation of about 382 entities and also served as a hub for the community to receive permits, restaurant inspections, and the like. The field offices are anchors in communities. New Mexico's Environment Department did get a boost in overall funding this year from state lawmakers, but the department has limits on how it can use some of that funding.
We closed down the Socorro office a few years ago because of budget issues, and now we're closing the Deming office for a similar situation.
Environment Department Secretary James Kenney speaking with KRQE. More closures are expected in the near future. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly sunny skies and a 30% chance of showers and storms. Partly cloudy tonight and mostly sunny tomorrow. There's a 20% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the Basin, 90. Low tonight of 68. High tomorrow, 93 degrees. In Cloudcroft, partly sunny skies with a 50% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts between a quarter to a half inch expected. Partly cloudy skies tonight and mostly sunny tomorrow with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 68. Low tonight of 50. High tomorrow, 71 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, AlamogordoTownNews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, which will feature our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. We invite you to subscribe to our channel. That way you'll be notified anytime a new video has been released. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.